Welcome back to Chris TV 000, and I hope you guys are having a good and safe, blessed day. But I have some stories I'm going to share with you guys today. Now, today's stories are going to be sad, and I'm going to also try to find some good stories. But with that being said, I hope you guys are being safe, staying blessed, and doing a good deed. And I'm going to go into the news report on where I have gotten this information from.
Watch this. Yep, that's how one woman defended herself when strangers came to the door. Here's what happened. This SoCal woman noticed in her security camera a man looking into her minivan window on Sunday. She then saw two men staring into her home window. Then the men came to her door.
They had posed as like Uber drivers, saying they're here for Ashley, but they used these really fake, thick accents. Like, you're not fooling anyone. Like, I know that's fake.
She didn't let them in, and they started walking away. But then she grabbed her husband's martial arts sword and swung it around her driveway. She says to make sure they didn't come back. It's unclear why the men came to her home, but when she reported the license plate number to authorities, she found out the car was a rental.
I could either have been pinpointed for robbery or worse.
Glad you and your family are safe, Brianna. There's a huge storm in Hawaii that's flooding the islands and causing power outages. On Monday, the state's governor declared a state of emergency after a seasonal cyclone called a Kona low dropped heavy rains across the islands. It left hundreds without power as many roads were flooded and trees were downed, and many schools were closed for safety early this week. Even as of Monday night, Hawaiian Electric was still working to restore power in Honolulu. The declaration will allow Hawaii to use relief funds as flooding and damages are expected to continue all week. Also on Monday, the Honolulu Fire Department rescued 5 boys ages 9 to 10 from a raging stream. If you're in Hawaii, please stay safe.
To this point, Ashton McDougal admitted to making thousands of dollars from delivering marijuana and cell phones to inmates. She was arrested going into work last Monday with about 24 grams of marijuana.
Ms. McDougal was carrying roughly $500 on her person and marijuana and $1,000 for a cell phone. This is what she was receiving in exchange for the marijuana that she was bringing.
She is facing 2 counts of furnishing contraband to prisoners and 1 count of furnishing a cell phone to a prisoner.
We don't know if she came into this agency to do that or she came in and was compromised.
Inmate DeJuan McQueen was an alleged participant. He was in jail on charges of assault with intent to murder and is now looking at a new charge related to having a cell phone.
We're taking this very seriously and we're going after anybody else who may have been involved, inmates, and even on the outside, those who were giving her money to do these kind of things, bring these kind of illegal contraband.
Faced with billions of dollars worth of lawsuits, Travis Scott's new legal team comes with a former president's seal of approval, and he's made it clear Travis isn't going down without a fight. Daniel Petrocelli, a top attorney who has previously represented Donald Trump, has taken on Travis as a client as he continues to deal with the fallout from the Astroworld Festival tragedy. With the Flame currently battling over 250 lawsuits that come in a whopping total of $3 billion, it's no surprise that he retained the services of one of the most revered trial lawyers in the country. In 2016, Petrocelli, who is the vice chair of the LA-based O'Melveny firm, defended Donald Trump during the proceedings of over 3 fraud lawsuits stemmed from the now obsolete Trump University. In order to prevent a lengthy trial that could have detracted from the status of his presidential-elect, the lawyer brokered at a $25 million settlement, which, in his words, allowed Trump to put the case behind him so he could focus on every important issue facing this country. Voted Litigator of the Year by American Lawyer in 2020 and described as a lawyer's client's call in the toughest situations, Travis's new legal counsel is no stranger to representing infamous figures and taking on major cases. Following his blockbuster criminal trial in 1994, Daniel won an $8.5 million wrongful death suit against O.J. Simpson. Then, in 2017, the New York Times uncovered the fact that Petrocelli has also represented Harvey Weinstein in the 2004 sexual assault case in which actor Ashley Matthew had accused him of attacking her in his hotel room. In addition to Weinstein and Trump, Daniel also represented boxer Manny Pacquiao during a $500 million suit against Floyd Mayweather, as well as working with some major firms such as AT&T and Time Warner. In his official act as LaFlame's lawyer, he issued an email to all the attorneys representing the 10 people that lost their lives and their families at the festival, offering to pay for any funeral costs. Although he stressed the acceptance wouldn't impact their lawsuits against Travis, the family of 9-year-old Ezra Blount rejected the gesture outright, with lawyer Bob Hilliard stating that, "Your client's offer is declined. I have no doubt that Mr. Scott feels remorse. His journey ahead will be painful. He must face and hopefully see that he bears some of the responsibility for this tragedy." While Travis made his reservations about his mentor Kanye's support for Trump back in the day, it seems that he has no issues enlisting the same high-powered lawyer.
Be the first to harness the powers from the Infinity Saga on Pixel 6, the phone that adapts to you.
As the former president in an attempt to clear his name. Sued by everyone from the Astroworld security guards to the families of the victims, LaFlame has kept an incredible low profile ever since the disaster, only heading out in public to play a round of golf with Michael Jordan, Corey Gamble, and Mark Wahlberg. As has been revealed, Travis is finally clarifying his position in the Astroworld lawsuits, and if the early reports are accurate, he's not willing to shoulder any responsibility that transpired in the crowd. In his response to a civil suit made by a parent attendee known as Jesse Garcia, LaFlame has advised that he'd like the suit dismissed with prejudice. Rather than being tied to Garcia's specific allegations, reports suggest that Travis is aiming to issue a general denial to all 250 plus suits.
You know when a song gets stuck in your head? I just hum into the Google app, and I find it.
As a way to encourage judges to throw the cases out and absolve him of any wrongdoing. And if the public reaction to Travis of late is anything to go by, it seems like the foregone conclusion that he'll receive backlash for it in the coming days.